How is everybody doing this Sunday? This is Warriors and Witches. How y'all doing? This is Mr. Hardcore Mode where nothing's easy. God bless you all. I kind of messed up that intro a little bit. Just a little bit. I didn't do that intro very well. But yes, this is Mr. Hardcore Mode where nothing is easy. Warriors and Witches, how y'all doing? And God bless. Good to have you all here. We have a lot to talk about, and I appreciate every single one of you coming by. Appreciate it. Venom is probably right around the corner. Craig, how you doing? It's good to see you. Actually, Craig might actually finally not show up. Oh my god. It's gonna be one of those rare moments where Craig is not here. But yes, it's good to see you all. Good afternoon. Ooh, I am a little bit heated with this first conversation that we're having. Is the music too loud? Is it over me? I don't think it is. Okay, I think we're good. So, what was I gonna talk about? Well, one thing that I accidentally did yesterday was that I was supposed to go to my nephew's birthday party, but I totally forgot about it. I feel bad about that. I really do feel bad. But I'll make it up to the guy for Thanksgiving and Christmas. I need to make sure to look out for my family. I think we had the conversation, like, me and my brother had the conversation that I'll come over like a month ago, and I totally forgot about it. I need to write things down from now on. But yes, I'll do that, like post haste, because it's family. Family is important. Another thing. Does anybody get kind of annoyed at, does anybody ever get kind of annoyed when people talk about, like, wow, they're bringing out the Christmas stuff so early. Oh my god, wow. They bring it out so early. I'm already hearing the Mariah Carey music. And I'm over here like, this is what you signed up for. You think that they would bring out all this Christmas stuff out so early? If that people actually went to church? Now maybe, possibly, there's a good chance that people will do it, but here's what I'm trying to say. People are ready to spend money on frivolous things for Christmas that they don't even know what Christmas is anymore. They totally forgot the meaning of what Christmas is. They are ready to buy stuff and things, but they're not ready to go to church. They're not ready to sit down and, pray. This is a very important time for, like, Christianity, even like even for Jews, even for Catholics. It's an important day. But when you're just like flippantly like, oh yeah, I'm Christian, whatever, but there are more torn down churches or abandoned churches than there are stores with a whole bunch of stuff that you probably need, like food. But there's also a lot of things that you want to buy for, like, family. Also online stuff too. You guys are ready to buy. The economy has figured you out. You don't care about churches. You don't care about the Lord. You don't care about these sort of things, but you're ready to spend money. That's your new god. Your new god is spend money, spend money. And then when you see Mariah Carey before Halloween ends, you're like, wow, why did this happen? It's because they know you. They figured you out. They said they don't want new churches. They don't want to maintain churches. What they want is a fucking new video game or new this or a new that. That's what they want. So it kind of makes me laugh a little bit when people talk about, like, wow, this stuff is out early. Wow. And I'm like, guys, because they know you. He's like, anyway, I gotta go spend all this money online to get something for my kids. And it's like, yeah, that's your new god now. You don't want to go to church. What's up, Venom? How you doing? See, Venom almost was. See, I'm waiting for the day that Venom is like, I totally forgot about your. What if Venom just shows up in my DMs and he's like, sorry, I didn't show up to your stream today. I had family stuff to do. So, in honor of missing your stream, I cut off my finger, and I'm like, God damn! No, put it back! Put it back! I'm so sorry, Mr. Hardcore Boat. Oh my God, he missed the stream once, and he cut off. I'm like, bro, what if I just don't show up? What if I just don't show up? When are you gonna stream games, Mr. Krabs? Wait, I did stream games. Wait, I did stream games. I just streamed games yesterday. What? What? Bro. Chat, tell Bobby. Tell Ricky Bobby I've been streaming games. I've been streaming games this whole time. What's happening? Oh, it has to be like it. You mean the game that you want me to play? Is that what you actually mean? Is that what you mean? I think that's what he means. I think he meant like you streamed too late. Well, it's on my okay, all right. You know, whatever. I streamed too late. This is L'America. Oh yeah, that's true. Like stream at different times. I'll try to get home and stream a little bit. Like today is my day off. Now I'm fine. Yeah. Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines. Yeah, I'm trying to. I know you want to be here live. Sorry. Why aren't you streaming games? I was just yesterday. I wasn't there. It didn't count. Mr. H, 5 a.m. stream when? 5 a.m. stream. Guys, me in the morning are not friends. I mean, it's 9:30 p.m. right now where you live. Guys, once this whole thing is lucrative, once this whole streaming thing is actually a full-time thing, I will do it. But it can't happen. It's not gonna happen overnight. Okay? Sorry, I'm putting some lotion on. It's not gonna happen overnight. It's gonna take some time. We're almost reaching our new milestone. We're about to hit 3,800 on YouTube. I know there's a lot of people. Damn it! I totally forgot. I got a lot of European fans. Oh yeah, and they like it when I stream in the morning. Oh God. I'm gonna try to. So what if I just show up to work early, finish my job super quickly, get home, bust my ass, I get tired, but I stream, and then what if I do that and then somebody still says, man, where were you? I'm like, I actually did that a couple of times where I got to work, I finished work, I was already tired, and I tried to stream even though I was tired, and somebody in chat said, it's probably time to clock out, because he could tell that my eyes were going. Because I don't like cubicle jobs, I don't like sitting around and shit. That's for women. I like to move around and, you know, do hard labor and shit. They just need to add more hours to the day. I'm thinking 36 hours a day. That would be great. That'd be great. That's never gonna happen, but yeah, that'd be great. You're just like our politician. You don't care about us? God damn. You think I'm Keir Starmer or something? Anyway, let me tax some white people real quick. Oh my god. What a fucking... Bro. Bro. The pendulum is gonna swing so fucking hard. The pendulum is gonna fucking swing so fucking hard. Like, people are like... People were okay with Muslims back then. Now, in 2025, people are just like... Do we need them? I didn't think so. The pendulum was gonna swing so fucking hard. All that running around with a fucking machete and shit is you know what's funny? These Muslim people are so ready with their machetes, but they completely forget that Europe and America love their guns, so they're stuck in their old ways. Meanwhile, everyone else in the world is Indiana Jones, and we just shoot the guy with the fucking machete and then just walk off. I'm like, all right, okay. You know what's funny? There's so many weapons that are made from different areas of the world, like America, Germany. There's a lot of guns that are like made from like Ukraine or Russia or where else? God, there's so many guns for different places, but you don't really see any guns for Islam, for Iran or something like that. I don't know. I thought about that. I just thought about that. I got an Iranian pistol. It's like, no, you fucking don't. If anything, they got like blades. Blades would be a thing. Probably blades. Even China has a couple of guns. Anyway. Now that I'm done being racist, let's get back into the video, shall we? You have 2A, but you still have calls to prayer in some city out there. Doesn't protect you from the big, great replacement, huh? Yeah. Ottomans have muskets. Yeah, muskets. So true. Muskets. Oh man, we could talk about this all day, but I think I have something to talk about. This one we're gonna focus on Steam. So let's go ahead and do it. Okay. Good to have you guys on the screen. Okay. Let's go ahead and do it. I think I need water. I don't need soda right now. Hold on, guys. Alright, stay hydrated, my friends. Got the Poland Spring, even though it's probably not from Poland. Is it from Poland? No, it's not. It's not from Poland. Stay hydrated. Okay, let's do this. Hey everybody there on YouTube, this is Mr. Hardcore Mode where nothing is easy. Warriors and wenches, how y'all doing? And God bless. I wanted to talk about something very close to me, which is censorship. Censorship that has been painfully obvious up on Steam. Steam is probably one of the biggest areas for video gaming, especially since they have adult content, and their TOS just doesn't mesh with some of the adult themes with the game. But I've been thinking about this a lot lately, especially when it comes to the TOS, and it also matches with Twitch and their TOS that they don't even follow. So we're going to touch up on this, especially with a game called Red Pine Lake. I think it's an adult game. We're going to say it's like a PG-13 game. It's not really an adult game. I think it focuses on you just, you know, shooting up some zombies and stuff with playing as an attractive female. But we're going to listen to this announcement from them. This image is the reason our Steam page has not been approved. This image is now classed as too mature according to Steam. So now we cannot have the page ready in time for the event and would need to censor our marketing, screenshots, and etc. That would be the Halloween event that was available for the discount, you know, Halloween event. This message is 5 days ago. This is what censorship is coming to, is the games industry, and we have to ask now, is it worth it for them to move the goalposts down the line? We could have it all remade and hope they accept it, but where will it stop? We would need to redo the networking too if we move platforms, but do you really want a censored game? We don't. Anyone know of any platforms they recommend or publishers that can handle mature content? Let us know. We are sorry about this. We worked hard to get something ready that we can't even share, but we do have one thing that is playable that we will announce for Halloween. Now, this is the picture of the female, Red Pine Lake. That's the character you play as. I think you can customize her, but that's the picture. Now, I'll even bump it up. That's fine. I'm pretty sure nobody's going to be sad about that. So, this is the picture. And I've been thinking about this lately with Twitch and also with their censorship of other like VTubers and other people over there on Twitch, but also on Steam. But we're going to touch up on Steam. But it's going to be all meshed up in one thing. And I have one question for you. Do you think, and I've been thinking about this for a while, do you think that Steam and Twitch are full of a bunch of liberal communists who play favorites with which games that they play? Or which games that they favor? You ever thought about that? Like, there's a Futa Femboy game that's on Steam, but you can't play this game. There is a game where you can get pregnant by a giant fucking dragon, but you can't play this game. There's a game where you can shoot shit out of your ass, but you can't play this game. There's a game where you play as a furry Hitler, but you can't play this game. So I'm just trying to dial it all in, and I think that Twitch and Steam are full of liberal communist retards, and the main people, the CEOs of these two companies, are so lackadaisical that they lack leadership. They had leadership, but they don't anymore. And I guess we could say, I guess we could have this conversation when it comes to Collective Shout, because Collective Shout was a big thing. They took a lot of like incest games, but nobody really cared about that. But I firmly believe that the TOS doesn't fucking matter. It does not matter. It only matters to us, even though Steam doesn't do the same thing for us. You see what I'm saying? Where the weird ones are available, the ones that are really odd are available, but the ones that are just pretty much lady sexy is not available. I just find that it's just an idea in my head. Anyway, so I want to dive right back down in here. We want to make this game free from censorship and restrictions. We're willing to put in the work, but we need help. This is our call. As much as ours of any support is appreciated. I'll definitely like that. That's up on Kickstarter if you want to. Can I copy the address maybe? if you want to support them, this is their thing up on Twitter. They're the Aftermath Z Games, and the game's called Red Pine Lake. But we're gonna keep on continuing. This guy brings up a really interesting point, and I'm gonna try not to show the pictures, but basically there's like, I'll just put that right there. That's fine. But Twitch doesn't know a goddamn thing. Basically, there's a game called Wicked Island. There's a couple of like hentai games, and there's a couple of like games that are just raunchy. But those games are fine. But I noticed a trend with these games where you know exactly what leftists are into, what turns them on, and it links up with what they like. And then I think that not only that, you need this, a lack of leadership, or when the leadership goes, everyone's the boss, which is a fucking stupid idea. When everyone's the boss, that means that they're just lackadaisically on here, just censoring and cutting off certain people that they deem, oh, you got a game where you're beating up women? Yeah, you're going away. That's the shit I'm talking about. It's so weird that they're able to have a lady get bred by a giant cow, but they're not ready for a lady to get slapped up by a man in a video game. That's so leftist. You see what I'm saying? Their team even admitted they are aware other games do it. They just don't like us for some reason. It's because you genuine question on the website. You show these screenshots. Could you not have used any of these? And it's like a different one. And I strongly disagree, because he already said it already. He said that the reason why it looks like a survival game type thing, but the reason why is they don't want to change the ethics. They're just gonna goalpost even more. Where does it fucking end? So they pretty much just said the same thing that I said. Yeah. So there is one person we're gonna watch a video of. We're gonna watch a video by Belinda Erkan, and she says something that probably links up to what we are talking about. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna turn off the music and listen to her video.
Why can a game with butt cheeks pooping on enemies stay on Steam, but a RimWorld patch where characters jerk off in private gets banned? Why is Putin, boobs, and Trump off limits, but Putin, Stalin, and Hitler gets the green light?
Holy shit. Say that again. Can you say that again?
Banned. Why is Putin, boobs, and Trump?
Putin, boobs, and Trump is a game, I guess.
Trump off limits, but Putin's.
There it is. There it is, right there. There it is, right there. Holy shit! Baldur's Gate 3 has all parts of sex scenes, and they are not censored. Exactly. This is why. This is why. Bobby, you make up a really good point. The reason being is because Baldur's Gate 3 has a lot of eyes on it. You see what I'm saying? You see where I'm going? If you ban a game that's really recognizable by 100 people, they can get away with it. But if it's a AAA or any sort of game, it doesn't even need to be AAA. If it's a game that's widely looked at, they will not touch it. They will not touch it, because if it gets any sort of backlash, then that's more shit that's optics. Optics again. You see what I'm saying? Where it's just like, but they're ready to like, any game that's where you're killing Stalin is a great game. Any game that you're killing Putin is a great game. But any game where it's just like Putin hanging out with Trump, that's not a good game. Yeah. This is a political game that they're playing. And like I said before, there's no leadership. It's just a whole bunch of people that they think they're the boss.
Stalin and Hitler gets the green light.
A bunch of communist liberals thinking like, oh shit, well this is good. This is fine. I'm pretty sure if they said, like, kill Trump, they would leave that shit up on there.
What?
Wait. If they're okay with killing Putin and that game is fine, then why are they okay with the furry Hitlers? Got it. They're furry fans. Makes sense. It sounds retarded. I know what I'm saying. It sounds retarded, but just let's go through the video and we'll get through this one by one. Trust me, we'll get to the end.
But Putin, Stalin, and Hitler gets the green light. Why is Blood Trail, the most violent game in VR, okay, but Tormentor isn't? And why is this, and this, a game about rape, allowed, but a game about pickup lines gets rejected? Well, my fellow informed gamers, welcome to Steam's bizarre world of moderation, where logic goes to die. Valve's vague policies on what is and isn't allowed has baffled everyone for years.
Very vague policy. It was very vague.
From wrongly banned mods to asset flips and shovelware, Steam's inconsistent moderation is a well-known issue. But what's less known is why it's so utterly broken. Well, to understand why, you first need some context. Steam isn't just a platform, you know, it's the Amazon of PC gaming, and for small developers, it's the only way to survive. But
True.
Publishing on Steam feels more like a Russian roulette. Valve, the company behind it, is infamous for its vague, ever-changing rules.
Especially after the whole Karen apocalypse that happened. Very true.
One minute they ban pornography, the next they allow everything, only to then ban those again that feature real-life explicit images. The rules don't just shift, they contradict. It's so bad, even politicians are calling out Steam's hands-off approach to content moderation that allows users to glorify Nazism, white supremacy, and school shooters. Valve technically bans hate speech, they just don't enforce it. Which is why a lot of Nazi content stays up unless governments like Germany step in. Well, for a billion-dollar company this powerful, you'd expect a system that works. So why doesn't it? To find out, we need to look a little bit back at where it all started, when Valve first struggled to police its platform. Spoiler, it didn't go well. Steam's moderation mess blew up in 2017. Suddenly, a game of
2017. I'm gonna have to keep that data. 2017. Oh no! When did the? Oh no! Hold up. When did the Me Too movement start? It started in 2006 by, yeah, but it didn't, yeah, it gained global prominence in 2017. There it is. There it is. Oh my fucking God. Oh my God. I was like, it started in 2006. Nobody gave a fuck. By activist Tarana Burke, who used the phrase to empower survivors of sexual violence, particularly young women of color. So you only care about them. It gained global prominence in 2017 as a social media hashtag. 2007. Oh my fucking God.
About a boy's first look at adult themes vanished from Steam. Not for gore or violence, but for harmless ASCII art that kinda looked like porn. But for Steam, it definitely was porn. If the game had monsters or violence or death, it probably wouldn't have been banned, said the developer, who was forced to put his game up on a lesser-known platform. And then came House Party, a game you win by having sex with women at a party.
I remember this game. I played the game.
Blackmailing with drunk photos, whipping your d out, getting chicks drunk was all part of the gameplay. No surprise it got pulled after it was publicly slammed for how easily available it was to an estimated 35 million children.
The Me Too movement. Women, Karens did this.
But when the outrage cooled, the game sneaked back on Steam. Toned down, but still sketchy, with an off-Steam patch to restore the original. And Steam seemed to be totally fine with it. Meanwhile, Strangers in a Strange Land, a point-and-click that's more peep show than puzzle game, got banned for too much skin and an underage...
Bro! You know... It's times like this where you wonder, when is Gabe going to step up and be the fucking man and do what they need to do? Why is there always this constant, they are making their job harder on themselves. You notice that? Have you noticed that? There are literally court cases right now for Steam where it just didn't need to happen. You know what I'm talking about? Where it's just like, oh, well, we're going to sue you for this because, well, you took our game down wrongfully. And I'm just like, Steam, if you just followed your own TOS, because the people making the video games are looking at your TOS and doing the best to avoid the TOS, and then you either change the TOS or you just out-remove the game because there's new rules in town that they don't know about. Too much skin. Good lord. Beaches should be closed for people who don't wear a burqa.
Looking main character.
True.
But surprise, it came back. The giant censored sign slapped over the risky parts. And just like House Party, there was yet another patch to bring it all back. Steam's response...
It's interesting that Steam's response, that I'm going to put it this way. The reason why they're not getting a response now is because I think, and two things are either happening. One, they wanted to pull that down to because of optics, because they don't want to get in trouble, and then they quietly went, haha, cool, we're back in the game, boys. Or they banned it because they didn't like it. Steam, the moderators, didn't like it, and when it came back with the patch and tried to get back on Steam and everything, they just didn't care at that moment. It's possible that those same moderators probably either got fired or transferred or something else, and by the time that it came back with a fully patched up uncensored version, that they probably were like, I don't have the energy for this shit. You see what I'm saying? It's either one of the two. Either they were angry about it the first time, and then when it came back, they were just like, I don't give a fuck, or it could be the latter, where they were just like, we're cool with it, but we're doing the best we can with the we gotta watch out for certain things. It's either one of the two.
The list of bans didn't stop there. In 2018, Valve nearly removed Hunipop for pornographic content.
That didn't happen because it was too hyped up after Markiplier played it, and everybody wanted to play Hunipop. Also, fuck Vice. Fuck Vice. The game, by the way, this is why all these games like House Party and Hunipop are coming back to Steam, is because of views. Because millions of people are probably watching the game, looking at the game, wishlisting the game, and when they realize that the game has just disappeared, then they're going to get back at Steam. And be mindful, by the way, Steam doesn't have a large team. They don't. Kind of works in their favor, but at the same time, they don't have a big team. So when they get, when this under 100 people that are working at Steam get millions of people back with the backlash back at Steam, they'll bring that shit back up.
The dev called it the anime titty holocaust, which saw Valve later.
Why would you mention the Holocaust? That is a fucking... Also, PC game. Why would you mention the Holocaust when it comes to titties? Isn't that kind of fucked up? You know what I mean? It is like, you know, fine, but the wordplay is kind of wow. Why would you say that? Why would you say that? But I want to preface this because you guys already know what I'm going to say. PC Gamer and Vice, these are a bunch of fake gamers that have lost their way. They are gone. These are people that were trying to go into the political genre, but then they failed spectacularly, and then they went to gaming because it was much easier. They wanted to go into politics, and now they're like, ah, shit, well, I didn't make it, so let me go over to something that I barely even care about. These aren't gamers.
Admitting the warning was a mistake. But the trouble didn't stop there. Other devs got hit with the same random threats, leaving everyone confused and frustrated.
See?
But Valve apologized for every one of those and walked it back, leaving developers wondering what the next game was on Steam's chopping board. Porno Studio Tycoon, maybe? Well, surprise, surprise, no. While other games were banned for way less, Porno Studio Tycoon, a game about building a porn empire, sailed through just fine. Sure, it didn't have explicit nudity, but it was loaded with sexual sounds and barely dressed characters.
You want to know why it didn't? Because it's... Think about it. Think about the name. And this is probably not by the same people that made Roller Coaster Tycoon, but since they named the game Porn Tycoon, it's probably seen by people that also like Roller Coaster Tycoon or other games that are in the Tycoon franchise, that they probably saw it and were like, yeah, I'll play this game. So it's kind of smart that they were just like, yo, instead of roller coasters, let's do this shit. You know what I mean? So this is what happens when a game gets so much eyesight on it, and I don't mean eyesight like, oh, I don't like this game. Eyesight as in, I'm going to wishlist this game, and I'm going to play it. So if your game gets a lot of eyes on it, and then all of a sudden Steam just deletes it into like the ether, people are going to get pissed, and then Steam's going to come up and be like, oh man, there's a lot of people that don't like this. Let me just bring the game back.
And yet, Steam never raised an eyebrow.
Nope.
So how is it that smaller developers risk getting banned for a bit of pixelated skin, while the likes of The Witcher or GTA gets a free pass?
The Witcher and GTA, you know why. You know why. Well known. Well known.
Yes. Because Steam's rules were never meant to be about fairness. And
nope. Exactly. She's smart. I like her. And hot.
enter Steam Greenlight, Curator Pages, and Steam Direct, Valve's weird attempts to clean up the chaos. Spoiler, it didn't work. It all started with Steam Greenlight in 2012, where players voted on which games deserved a spot on the platform. The idea? Let the community decide. The reality? A flood of low-effort submissions, spam, and popularity contests that buried smaller developers. It just didn't work, and so
I don't like that
Valve
idea either.
just replaced Greenlight with Steam Direct, a new system for developers to publish games on Steam for a $100 fee. It was supposed to filter out the junk, you know, but instead, it just opened the floodgate to shovelware and acid flips. And then there were curator pages, the worst of them all. Those curator pages were meant to give trusted voices like YouTubers and gaming journalists a platform to recommend games. In theory, it would guide users to quality titles, but in practice, curators just started spamming generic, paid reviews or copy-pasting store descriptions.
Yeah, there are some that just utilized it. The curator system is good in one aspect, but there are people that will use the curator system to, you know, solve it'll solve like a different agenda. Like they'll probably try to be like, yeah, you'll like this game because it's my game. Yeah, you'll like this game because it's also my game. Oh, bro, you'll check out these games. 2 thumbs up because I'm the one working on that game. That's why. But there are good curators out there. Like, of course, we got the DEI curators that I have where it's just like, this one's tied in with DEI, this one ties in with Sweet Baby Inc. Like those kind of games where it's like, you'll probably even get curators saying like, this game was made with AI, those kind of curators. So it's kind of like a hit in the middle.
Didn't even play the games. Worse, curators racked up thousands of fake followers through giveaways, which turned the system into basically a free game farm. All this to say that Valve just heavily relied on user reviews to separate the good games from the bad games.
And this sucks too, because this is the laziness of leadership that I'm talking about, where it's just like, oh, well, let's let the people decide. Well, let's let the people decide. Well, let's do a vote on it. Let's make everything a democracy. Sometimes if you have a sort of thing like Steam, you have to have just leadership and then put your feet down, where it's just like, we're going to put any sort of porn games on here, and if you are okay with porn, then the porn will be available and shown. If you're not okay with adult themes, then you will never see the adult themes. It'll be a switch, on or off. That's it. It's like, yeah, but there's a porn game where you're fucking, where you're fucking like Kamala Harris without her consent. It's a fucking video game. Suck it the fuck up. Kamala Harris is drunk somewhere in the real world. Suck it the fuck up. That's it. End of story. Done. If you don't want to see it, hit the no seeing porn button. Done. That's it. We're done. If you don't want to see it, there's the button right there. And then, like I said, Gabe's fucking lazy. Even though he's got some things that I understand that makes sense, he's fucking lazy. There's zero leadership. Everybody's trying to be the boss. It's an easy solution, but he doesn't want to deal with that sort of leadership.
But instead of fixing the cracks, Valve doubled down and came up with its boldest fix yet, an anything goes policy for games. Spoiler, it didn't go well.
See, anything goes policy. What was wrong with that? Let's see. I'm curious.
In 2018, Valve finally stopped pretending they had control. After the previous attempts all flopped, Valve rolled out their mega solution to it all, the so-called anything goes policy. The idea? Let everything in, except what's illegal or straight up trolling. Valve framed it as a commitment to freedom, saying we shouldn't be choosing what content you can or can't buy. But
that's fine. Let's see.
In reality, they were just ditching all sort of responsibility for curation and moderation. The result? More shovelware, more asset flips, and of course, more adult content. Valve didn't just allow sex games. They built tools to help you filter them, adding in adults-only toggle and essentially telling players, hey, you deal with it. Which might be fine until you remember Steam's filters are notoriously glitchy. And what was...
I think that's the problem. I think that's the problem right there. Has anybody realized that when you boot up Steam and you blocked out certain gay shit, that you would get the gay shit coming right back? I was just like, yeah, I don't want to see this. And then for a while I didn't see it. And then out of nowhere, it was a futa femboy like fucking apocalypse. And I was like, futa femboy? What the fuck is this? It was right on the front fucking page of Steam. That's where I was wondering. I was like, why isn't this a bad idea? And then I thought about it, and then she said it right there. The glitchy tag system, that's where it is right there. I still think that's a good fix right there. I still think that idea that they had in 2018 was a perfect fix. They just need to tweak it. You see what I mean? Fix the whole idea of seeing certain things, let people decide what they want to see, and you can adjust. Of course, that you'll have an idea, and it will be wonky at first. Obviously, it'll take some time to adjust and fix things. Of course. But if you keep on going back and forth, front to back and shit, it's gonna fuck with people, especially the developers, because there are developers out there that want to make a video game, and then there are people that want to get create shovelware. You'll get both of those, And I think that that's where this is why they have a small team, but it's just like, why doesn't this small team just have, you should grow the moderation team, the team that handles the figuring out what is actually an authentic game and what is shovelware. I think you should deal with that area, that prospect right there. It'll be like an $8 game, and it's a retard simulator, and you run around and you can barely stand on your 2 feet, and you'll be like, yeah, I think this is shovelware. Yeah, I think this is just trash. Yeah, we're just gonna put it over here. We're gonna put it in the waiting list. We'll queue it up later. But this one's real. This one's real. And then there's a game where it's called monkey throwing shit at a side of a wall. The video game, and then you're like, throw that shit away. Throw that 5-minute game away, okay? You'll realize it, okay? If I did that thing at 2018 and it still wasn't working, I'd be like, okay, well, I knew that was gonna happen, so let's take the time to figure out what it is an actual game and what isn't. Bro, I feel like the answer is right there. You just gotta work on it. It's like, you ever see somebody have a job and then you're just like, well, if you want to fix this job, there's an idea here, right here in front of you, and then nobody works on it. Nobody does a goddamn thing.
Meant by trolling, really. One post.
It's easier for them to fight for the rights of fictional characters and feigning protect the children and then sticking their necks out for real victims of sexual exploitation. That's kind of true. It's kind of off the topic, but yeah, you're right. Let's keep going.
Post described it as crudely made software barely passing as a functioning game. But that's a definition so vague, it created loopholes.
No, that is not vague. Crudely made piece of software barely passes as a functional game. You'll know. You'll fucking know. Okay? You'll know. It's not that hard. It's not that hard. I recognize that there's early access games out there that look like pieces of dog shit, but you'll recognize a person that's working on something than a person that's not. Like, let's say there's this one game where it's like you're a little like ball with 2 hands and you have like 2 feet and you're going around shooting things and there's different waves of enemy. Video game. Is it simplistic? Yeah. Is it a video game? Yes, it is a video game. Whereas, let's just go. Okay, I feel like I can work at Steam and make it better.
Game. But that's a definition so vague, it created loopholes so big enough to let everything in, from hentai puzzle to boobs battleground.
Boobs battleground? Wait. If it's so vague, then why did you find 2 that was... Wait. That, by the way, what's wrong with the... You know what? At the same time, what's wrong with the shitty games? What's wrong with the shitty games? Like, I think we should have a moment where we look at a video game that looks like shovelware shit. We should look at it and be like, okay, this is indeed something of a video game. Yeah, it took me 10 minutes to make. It took you 10 minutes to make? Okay, alright. Your game's only going to be worth $1. What? Yeah, your game's going to be only worth $1 on Steam. But it's worth so much more. 10-minute game that you made. What did you say? 10 minutes? Your game's going to be $1. But I'll barely make anything. That's my problem. How? God, I strongly believe Steam needs a firm hand.
And the numbers say it all. Of nearly 19,000 games launched on Steam last year, over half were limited games, a label Valve uses to describe low-effort junk without calling it low-effort.
It's a lot of fucking games that are... Wait, is it low effort junk? I'm pretty sure there's junk games, but was it, though?
Junk. But it wasn't just shovelware clogging the store. Games like Rape Day, which let you sexually assault women during a zombie apocalypse, made it to Steam.
What's wrong with that? What's wrong with that? It's a fucking video game. They're not real.
Only when advocacy groups accused Gabe of profiting off of gamified sexual violence.
It's a fucking video. It's a fucking video game. Right now we have on Steam a game where you get raped by different monsters, but they're okay with that. So which one is it, honey? Which one is it? Are these characters real or not? Are these characters real or not? That's all I'm asking. I'm just wondering. How old do you have to be to have a credit card? 18. What year do you how old do you have to be to play a porn game? 18. There's your child there's your child verification right there. What's wrong with these games? Really?
Only then did Valve ban it, citing unknown costs and risks. It was just another PR fallout that Valve didn't want to afford. Anyways, despite its new anything goes policy, Valve still couldn't resist playing whack-a-mole and removed 170 game-shaped objects like Hentai 2048 for whatever unknown reason. Once, Valve removed the game Hatred for whatever reason, only for Gabe to later apologize, saying,
Wait, woman. Wait. What do you mean for whatever reason? I heard the sound in your voice. I heard what you said about the rape games. Now it's a man with long black hair and a trench coat killing random innocent people, and you're like, for whatever reason, what the fuck was? Am I blind? Am I the only one that just noticed that? She was like, oh man, these games that are quite bad where you're raping girls in a game, quite bad. Is like, I mean, I guess she's being informative still, but I could tell the way she was talking, where she was like, wow, bad rape games, wow, bad. And then she's like, for whatever reason, Hatred, a game where you play as a guy shotgunning a bunch of innocent people. And I'm like, you know, that's also bad too, killing people. See, let's just continue.
it wasn't a good decision for whatever reason. Now, to understand why this keeps happening, you need to understand two parts. The first part is...
By the way, I want her to know this. This isn't real. These are video games. I'm going to let you in on this, honey. They're not real. You could say for whatever reason for that game, but not for the rape games. Nobody was harmed in the making of this video game. We're all familiar with that, you know, statement. Just letting everybody know. It turns out when you kill and shoot people in a video game, you don't stop the game and then you start killing people outside of your house. See what I mean?
Steam's approval process. And believe you me, this is where the chaos starts. Spoiler alert, it's a nightmare. So you want to publish a game on Steam, yes? First, you have to sign an NDA to keep everything frustratingly opaque confidential. Then, have $100 ready to join Steam Direct. Then, you need to set up your storefront page, which has its own separate review process, by the way, to approve tags like adult content or gore. And since Steam doesn't require ESRB or PEGI ratings, those tags are vague at best. Adult content could mean nudity, excessive gore, or who even knows?
Wait.
Like adult content, its own joint.
Say it again?
Then you need to set up your storefront page, which has its own separate review process, by the way, to approve tags like adult content or gore. And since Steam doesn't require ESRB or PEGI ratings, those tags are vague at best.
Then just put it on there. Why don't you just say, hey, what are you going to put in your... There's a process for it, right? Then why don't you just put on your game? Yeah, what are you going to put in your game? Okay, we're going to put this on your game, this on our game, this on our game. Okay, one of those things is kind of risque. We can do it. but you're going to have to put this tag on. Okay, that's fine. You're going to be considered adult content from now on. Okay, cool. It's going to be gore. Cool. Is it hack and slash, or is it some sort of survival game? It's hack and slash, open world sort of action game. Okay, cool. But the characters are going to be nude and shit's going to be flying everywhere? Yes. Okay, so we're going to put these tags on here for this sort of thing, 18 plus, that sort of thing. That's fine. This is not hard. Okay? 18 plus means 18 plus. You know what that means? 18 plus means you're a fucking adult and you can watch whatever you want to watch. This is not, this doesn't need to be like, oh, what kind of 18 plus? What kind of mature content? What kind of stuff? 18 plus, we've already figured out this whole idea. We've already figured this out. 18 plus means whatever happens goes. If you want to watch this, beware. You're a grown adult. You know how to take care of this. That's it. That's it. There's no like, oh shit, the tag says gore, but you didn't tell me what kind of gore. Shut up, bitch. You're an adult. You bought the game. It's like, oh man, listen, I'm okay with men getting their rib cage ripped out, but I'm not okay with slapping women in this game. No. It's adult content or not. We've already figured this out.
Adult content could mean nudity, excessive...
It doesn't matter. It doesn't fucking matter. If it's adult content, it's adult content, period. Point blank, period. We don't need to do... See, this is the liberalism that I can't fucking stand, because it ruins fucking everything. It's like you go to a film where it's like a World War II film, and then you're shocked to see like... you're not shocked to see guns and people getting killed and warriors getting killed. You're shocked that there's like a German soldier feeling up on like a random woman or something, and you're just like, I can't see this anymore. No, you're okay with it. Then just leave. That's it.
Or who even knows?
Doesn't matter what it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter.
After that comes the actual game build review. If Steam finds a problem, they'll reject it with almost no explanation. Developers are left guessing what needs fixing.
Possibly AI, but who knows?
Leading to endless resubmissions and delays. Players, you and me, we don't know any of this, so when a release date mysteriously shifts, guess who gets the hate? The developer, of course. On top, as we all know now, Steam relies heavily on its community to flag problematic content. Players can flag everything from store pages, in-game content, forums. The more flags, the faster moderators review it. But that system usually backfires because what one group finds offensive, another might see it as perfectly fine.
That's me right there. That's me. I'm the smiling shit right there. The flag system. The flag system is something that I would adjust. The flag system is something that I would adjust. And it's just considered a flag. See, sometimes there's certain websites where if you flag it enough, the game or a post will just fucking disappear. I don't like those because it's just automated bullshit. What I like is when a flag system just flags it and says the moderator needs to check this game out. And when the moderator reads it and isn't a rebel, a liberal fucking communist cuckbag, and they read it, and what they read is, listen, the reason that we don't like this game is because it doesn't work. Fair enough, the game doesn't work. We're going to have to talk with them. We're going to have to bring the game down. We don't like it when games don't work. Understandable. But when you come up to me and say the reason that we don't like this game is because like you're raping women, and then you look at the title and it says adult content, and you're just like, what's the problem? Well, you're raping women. What woman? Point at the woman. This woman. That's not a woman. That's a video game and she's not real. Where's the real woman? Yeah, but it's like telling people what to do. You don't tell people what to do. If you don't like the game, don't play it. Simple as that. That's it. Am I fucking retarded or am I right?
But that's just one part of the story. The second part, as to why we have all this chaos going on, starts within Valve itself. Spoiler alert, it's as flat as it can get. Welcome to Flatland. Valve is flat. We don't have any management and nobody reports to anybody else.
That's the problem right there. That is the problem right there. That's the problem right there. Why does this keep thinking to turn up?
We do have a founder, but even he isn't your manager.
Are you fucking kidding? No wonder you guys are getting problems. Bro!
Company's yours to steer. You'll decide what to work on. You have the power to greenlight projects. You have the power to ship products.
Oh my.
Anytime you interview a potential hire, ask yourself if they could literally run this company, because they will be. You were not hired to fill a specific job description. There is no rule book for choosing a project. At Valve, nobody has an actual title. We take on the role that suits the work.
Look at the roles. Look at the roles. You can carry different hats. Look at the roles. Your own professional development and Valve's growth are both now under your control. Here are some thoughts on steering. What fucking communist gobbledygook is this shit? So when shit happens, when bad shit happens, who do you call to? When bad shit happens on your website, who do you call to?
Work in front of us. Everyone has to function as a strategy.
When bad shit finally fucking happens, they finally report to the fucking to fucking Gabe. Oh shit, we do have a president. We do have a president. We do have a leader. And I'm like, nah, you know, you read the book. We're all communists up in this bitch. We're all the same.
Strategist, which really means figuring out how to do what's right for our customers. We do not have a growth goal. We don't make growth decisions based on external pressures.
I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with growth decisions, but there are certain things. There's growth and then there's adjustments. You see what I'm saying? There's growth and then there's adjustments to where it's just like, why does bad shit keep on happening at my on my website? Oh, it's because you made everyone the boss. Okay, let me change a couple of things, okay? Let me change a couple of things.
These aren't startup slogans. They're direct quotes from Valve's employee handbook, a leaked manifesto to promote the company's infamous flat org structure. It might be from 2012, but still so current, it feels like the actual roadmap to their ongoing chaos. Being boss-free since 1996, Valve sounds like a utopia for creatives. No managers, no titles, just...
You can still be a What? First of all, what do you mean creative? What do you mean by creative? You could still be creative with leadership. What the fuck does that even mean? What does that even mean? There's a lot of adjustments that you could make this thing actually work, but they just don't do it. You know what this entails? You know what everybody is the boss? Everybody is your own boss mean? You want to know what it means? It means I don't have to be liable for the dumb shit that you do. That's what it means. So when something dumb happens because of what you did, no, everybody's hands off and they're just like, well, I didn't do it. It was Steam. Well, I didn't block this game. It was Steam. Well, I didn't do this. Well, who did it? We need to figure out what's going on here. Well, I didn't do. I'm not the boss. It could be it. You know. See what I mean?
Freedom to work on whatever you like. Sounds great in theory, but in reality.
No, it does. In theory, I guess, yeah.
It's chaos wrapped in good intentions. Jerry Ellsworth, a former Valve employee, revealed that the structure works great when you're 20 people. But it does break down terribly when you look at a company of 300 people. Then it all just becomes pseudo-flat with an actual hidden layer of powerful management that felt a lot like high school, where
felt a lot like high school, and you know what? And you know what? I bet that people are making their own sort of like circle jerk inside of Valve. I bet that's fucking happening. There's their own fucking circle jerk inside of Valve where it's just like, yeah, we're the boss up in here. It's like, we're the fucking cool kids.
The popular kids are calling the shots. And when a
there
few
it is.
popular
There it
kids
is,
are
right
calling
there.
the shots at a boss-free company, you also have a moderation process where one person can single-handedly decide which games get banned. And that's how Mary became infamous in the visual novel community, banning Evan 2 for its content, while Evan 1, nearly identical, stayed on Steam, likely reviewed by someone else. Her copy-pasted rejection message even resurfaced word for word in bans like Tenchi,
I remember this
which
one.
only meant one thing. Moderation at Steam is more about who reviews your game.
Exactly. Who reviewed your game? Was it Mary? Was it Cindy? Was it Lou? Was it Jimmy down the street? Who was it? I'm telling you, fucking liberal women is the fucking death. You really think there probably is a man up in there, some simp in there that's doing it. You really think a man's gonna really care what you do with your fucking game? Like, this is a liberal woman's wet dream. No wonder this shit is fucked up. And this is how they keep on getting court cases, is because of this dumb shit.
And any consistent policy. But it gets worse. Did you know that employees receive bonuses tied to their project's profitability? Meaning, if a product isn't a safe bet, no one's gonna work on it. Why risk your bonus on something experimental when you can stick to sure things like Steam's cash cow marketplace?
Wait.
The product is that employees receive bonuses tied to their project's profitability.
To their project's profitability. What sort of project?
Meaning, if a product isn't a safe bet, no one's gonna work on it. Why risk your bonus on something experimental when you can stick to sure things like Steam's cash cow marketplace? Now, remember when Valve tried to let players sell mods for Skyrim?
Yeah, that would have been a great idea.
Sparking outrage over monetizing a tradition? Well, luckily, they scrapped the idea within days, but Gabe's response to this fiasco said it all. Actually, money is how the community steers work. A comment that perfectly sums up Valve's mindset.
Well, that would have been a great idea. I still think it would have been a great idea to have paid mods. I still, as long as the prices aren't egregious, I think paid mods would have been great. Especially, you're creating a modding system where it would have been like really cool, where it's just like, oh shit, I'm working on something and I'm getting paid for it. That's cool. I'm good at this thing. It's so funny because every time when I get a really good mod, I'm just like, I feel I have to pay for this. You're working on something that increases the value of that said video game. I think that deserves something. But here's the thing. I think the biggest thing, I would have added the paid mods, by the way, but here's the thing. I would add a sort of system to where it's just like, is this mod performing well, or is it janky, or is it not working? And also, I'm going to add something where it's just like, is it not working, period, or is it not working every time that there's an update? Every time when there's an update to the video game, it makes sense that the mod might not work. It might not work. That's just how mods really, that's because the patch could, make the mod, fail. But if it's like every patch, the mod doesn't work, that makes sense. But if it's in general, the mod isn't working, we could take that one down. And then we can, let them like fix that up. So I think that would have been a great idea. I think the reason why they don't want to do paid mods is because they don't believe that the mods are actually going to work. But there is a system in place. I have ideas popping out of my head where I'm just like, there are safeguards that we can do for paid mods. The only reason that people don't like paid mods is because people don't want to. It's like, oh man, I gotta pay for this. He's like, yeah. Just like everything, dude. I still think it's a fucking good idea. It's like, I think there should be a creative process for like people trying to increase the value, because not only does and also I think that if the mod is tied to a game, let's say you're doing a mod for Cyberpunk on Steam, then some of the profit is going to go to Steam and some of the profit is going to go towards Cyberpunk, and you can still get a profit, and the rest of it goes to you. Let's say you got a $5 like mod, $1 is going to Steam, $1 is going to the CD Projekt Red, and then the $3 is going to you. Boom, we got an idea, we got something to cook up. But they don't want to have this sort of conversation. And I'm just spitting ideas. This is a work in progress we can do. But nobody wants to do it because everybody wants shit for free. And everybody's like, man, we got to pay for mods. That's it. That's the only conversation you could tell me about like fucking mods. It's like, oh, I'm so glad that they didn't give us paid mods, because then I would have to pay for it. I want that. The reason why I want that is because I don't want to rely on Nexus mods that are also fucking censoring shit.
And now you know why Steam keeps banning the wrong games. With 300-ish employees, Valve is running the world's largest highway for PC games, but doesn't want to account for the traffic. They've built a highway where anything can speed, but without proper regulations. And when crashes happen, whether it's a banned game, offensive content, or shovelware, it's never their problem. But Valve calls it freedom. But freedom without accountability isn't freedom.
True.
It's chaos. And
True.
for a platform this massive, that chaos comes with real consequences. Developers lose their livelihoods, gamers lose trust, and the industry, it inches closer to more government oversight, lawsuits, and even more bad press. The good news is Valve could fix all of this if they really wanted to. It's not rocket science.
No.
The approval process needs rules, actual rules, clear, public, and consistent.
Exactly,
ones.
true.
No more guessing games for developers. They could bring in AI moderation, hire dedicated staff, and stop letting random employees decide a game's fate. And that flat structure, well, it sounds cool, but let's be real, it's not working.
It's not
Valve
working.
doesn't need a CEO in every cubicle, but they do need accountability. Give bonuses to teams that also take risks, not just to the people sticking to safe bets. Now, Valve has the money, the talent, and the influence to fix it. They could set the standard for how gaming platforms should operate. But will they? Well, if Valve's history has taught us anything, it's this. They love a good cliffhanger. Spoiler, this might just be one they never resolve.
No, they're not going to resolve it.
Steaming.
Yeah, so, yeah, I partly agree with her, but not with, like, the mods, and not with, some other stuff, but still, I think me and her are in agreement that, it's a good idea in hindsight to have like no boss, but in reality you do need to have a functioning system to where it's just like we need to set our employees to have a certain standard. You are not your own boss. You work here, you could build a career here, but this is not something where, if this was my baby, this is Steam we're talking about. This is my baby. You're not gonna fuck this shit up for me. That's what I would do if I was Gabe. I'd be like, listen, this is my baby. It's like, yo, I banned a whole bunch of stuff that I don't agree with. Somebody was trying to make a Trump game where you tried to stop all the illegals from coming in, and then you like curated and it was like a sort of ICE simulator. And then I'd be like, what's your name? Mary? Mary, you're fired. What? Yeah, you're fired. Pack your things. Get out. It's like, you tried to ban an actual video game, you are out. Goodbye, Mary. That's what I would do. I'd be doing it. You need to have a firm hand. You need to have a firm hand on your site. Otherwise, people will just... It's a fucking lie. It's a fucking lie to have everyone be the boss. Because sooner or later, like, well, we're already here anyway, they're going to make their own sort of conglomerate sort of boss where somebody is trying. There's like she said, the popular kids. There's going to be an echo chamber. There's going to be, oh, well, we're going to ban these things because we don't believe in that sort of stuff, but we're going to keep all this other stuff. There's always somebody trying to change the rules. You thought that it was going to be everybody's a boss. Lo and behold, somebody is trying to steer the team some other sort of way and, try to make a profit off of that. There are many things that they could do to fix up this whole thing with Steam, but they refuse to do it. And we'll see if they ever change. To be honest, I wouldn't put all your chickens in a basket and believe Steam would ever change. I think there needs to be another app out there other than Epic Games to come out and say, hey, we're another site and this is what we do. I think that's the only way. A competition is probably the biggest thing that's needed. So anyway, I'm going to leave it at that. That was fucking great video. Very great video. I'll give it to you guys right now. Yeah, it's a really good video. Copy link. Yeah, let's, yeah, good video. Somebody said GOG maybe? Possibly. 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 Mm-hmm. Oh boy. Oh man, I was into that one. That one had me heated. That one had me heated. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Alright, we gotta talk about Witcher. We got to talk about Witcher. Oh boy. This stuff is fucking ridiculous though. Very, very ridiculous. Let's see. Ooh, shit. Did shit change? I think it did. Okay. Let's not play this video. Maybe it might get copyrighted or something like that. We'll try to show this off. Okay, let's do it. How's everybody doing? Everybody good? Good? Straight? If you want something like that where everyone's the boss, put your money where your mouth is and make it a co-op. Put shares in wage and see how hard people work then. That's not a bad idea. See, these are all small ideas that we can structure later on down the road. Because you're always going to have an idea that's good, but once you put it down on the table, something's going to, something's not going to, mesh with, but it takes time to curate. That's why when you ever get like a major update in a video game, and when the major update gets into the video game, there's a small maintenance fix almost right after the major patch. That's because some things just don't flesh out the way it is, but it's still a good idea. Whew, I'm pumped up today. Let me get another water. Today is good. By the way, guys, I got the book Archimedes' Engine Exodus by Peter F. Hamilton. It's the game that we're gonna play that's by the same people that did KOTOR and Mass Effect. Of course, they're with Wizard of the Coast, but hopefully the dev team that worked on KOTOR that made Exodus Hopefully this is a good game. This is all lore in this book. All lore. There's a second book coming out soon here, real soon. And I can't wait for it to come out. As a matter of fact, when does it come out? Let me check. Let me check real quick. Let me check real quick. Let me check real quick. Trash. I don't care about Temu. Fuck it. Games or shitty TV series? Shitty TV series. H2O time? Yep. How many pages? It looks like a brick. My guess is probably 500? 900 pages. We call them bricks. It's a good name. The next book comes out what? Oh, it's released in June 16th, 2026. Gotcha. Yeah. Later on. All right. Let's do this. Let's do this. Hey everybody, this is Mr. Hardcore Mode, where nothing is easy. Warriors and wenches, how y'all doing? And God bless. We are here to talk about Witcher, the Season 4, where Henry Cavill is gone, which by this time, Witcher is not going to pass us at all, judging by the Metacritic score that you can see right above me. But it's going to be played by who's the guy? I think his name is actually his name is down here. I totally forgot about it. Not Henry Cavill. It's actually played by somebody else. Henry Cavill is gone, so it's played by somebody else. I think you know what? The fact that they haven't changed the name out because Henry Cavill's not here is kind of hilarious. But it's played by another person. What we're going to do is watch the reviews because I'm not watching the new season. I thought about it, but we're going to look at the critic reviews, and then we're going to look at the user reviews. Liam Hemsworth, thank you. I appreciate that. Liam Hemsworth is his name. See, I can always rely on chat. Liam Hemsworth, son of the other Hemsworth, the guy that played as Thor. And son or no, brother. Brother. Let me see. What's his name? Chris Hemsworth. There's also a Luke Hemsworth too. Yeah, Chris Hemsworth. Yeah, obviously the guy that played Thor. Yep. Sorry, I was tongue-tied. Let's go ahead and look at the critical reviews first, because apparently they know better than the users. Let's look at the top one, called by Collider. Nobody cares about him. By the way, they already fucked up the lore even during Season 1, but Season 1 had something a good, substantial there, but Season 4, let's just say if you have the books, you might as well just put them in the fire, because the lead director of Witcher on Netflix is a woke trash piece of garbage director who's just doing it for ESG scores. Why are there black people and Asian people in a Poland folk story? I have no idea. But they're here, and the story is shit. It's all about Yennefer and nothing about Geralt. Anyway, Liam Hemsworth, manages to make Geralt his own over the course of the season's 8 episodes. Okay. Not what I heard, but okay. That said, Season 4 is further proof that Witcher has increasingly become about more than just one character. It should be, but okay. Calatra's Yennefer has more than earned a spot on the list of all-time fantasy heroines. She is, but at the same time, it's a story on Geralt. Let's just be for real. and Alon has and also about Ciri, and Alon has a commanding grasp on Ciri. So that's pretty average thing to say, where it just gives us nothing. Though season 5, The Joy of Cooking, there's an episode 5 called The Joy of Cooking. Okay. Acts as a filler chapter rather than an actual narrative. The rest of the season is well placed, tonally on point, and offers ample screen time to the leading trio. The interweaving the immense fable in a way that is accessible and interesting instead of overstuffed and exhausting. See, you can always point out the people that have not read the books or even care about the lore and the mythos and the characters, than to look no further at Variety. The Joy of Cooking, well, whatever that is, it has nothing to do with Geralt, and it can't do anything about women. Women cooking, that goes against everything that these woke people care about. Women cooking and in the kitchen. I'm curious about the episode. I'm going to watch it tonight, but we're going to watch these reviews. The Decider. We feel like Liam... I feel like 80 is such a cop-out number. Why don't you just put 100? Well, why is it always... 80 is like 7 out of 10 for IGN. That's what I feel like. Where it's just safe enough for them to be like, you like us, right? Me, Variety, Collider, we gave you guys a good score, so you're gonna like us, right? We feel like Liam Hemsworth fills the boots of Geralt of Rivia just fine. Nobody likes it. You're just gonna have to deal with that. I think this is the whole cop-out, where if they say this, then Netflix studios will be like, oh, they like the new Geralt? Oh, okay, well they'll be along for the ride for the rest of the entire series. That's all it is. 80 is safe. They choose it the most. Yeah, that's what I think. And are quite enjoying the action sequences and touches of humor as The Witcher returns for season 4. Why are we talking about humor when it comes to the dark fantasy of The Witcher? Let's go down to people of IGN. Liam Hemsworth take on an inevitable task here, but the results are good enough. Yennefer has the best story this season. I heard differently. So, by the way, too much Yennefer. I firmly believe that Yennefer is doing things that she's not supposed to be doing, like leading a rebellion or some shit. Last time I remember is Yennefer only... There's a lot of moments in the books where Yennefer only cares about Ciri and herself. There are moments where she cares about Geralt, but Yennefer just coming out and saying, you know what? Let's just keep on going, because I'll just have a long rant about this. Okay, we need to stop. There's always this sense of revenge and rebellion. I'm gonna just talk about it right now. There's always a sense of rebellion and revenge story with these woke characters. Have you noticed that? Last of Us Part 2, Ghost of Yote, The Witcher now. There's always this, oh, this girl, she's now the start of a revolution. And I'm like, again? Why is it this? It's like, oh man, we're a bunch of misfits. We're a bunch of misfits. And we're out there to stop slavery. And I'm like, no, you weren't. You didn't. Like a certain character that doesn't care about slavery all of a sudden cares about slavery. There's a lot of of stories of certain characters in, like, even with God of War Ragnarok, like, there are moments where I'm just like, Kratos wouldn't do that. But it's just, there's this ongoing changing of characters. You go girl, slay queen. Exactly. Here's one from Telegraph. At no point is there even a mild possibility of Hemsworth overshadowing the parted Cavill, who remains the definitive Witcher. True. but his replacement's quietly ridiculous turn is nonetheless perfectly attuned to the show that harks back to the days before fantasy was cool and gets by just about on sheer silliness. Just about. Why do you guys always do this shit? Why? Just say it with your chest. Be journalist. Stop being like, oh, he's like, he's pretty good-ish. He's not that bad-ish. And I'm like, just say it. Just say it. What else? Screen Rant. Oh, yeah, I would love to hear from Screen Rant. It all builds to a boiling point with Geralt, Ciri, and Yennefer's storylines coming together in effective reunion that results in the action-packed finale. By the way, I want you all to know something. It has been said by FNT, which is Friday Night Tights, that Geralt is not even shown for 80% or 70% of the series, of the season, of the new season. It's mostly Yennefer. It's mostly Yennefer, a little bit of Geralt, a lot of Ciri. That's what it is. The show is at its best when the trio is together, which continues to be true with Hemsworth's Geralt. Wait. We'll get to that later. Now let's go. Let's do the user scores, which is 1.9. Borgoro says, "This is not The Witcher, just another modern waste of source material from Netflix. Why destroy book series, game series, etc. when they just make random crap every Netflix fan watches, regardless of how bad it is?" Anybody remember Cowboy Bebop and how they destroyed Cowboy Bebop, the live act, like the actual like anime? I remember that. I remember that vividly. By the way, I like how I notice immediately, like that. Immediately, I know exactly who is watching it because they're a fan of The Witcher and who is just here along for the ride. Oh, I have to watch Witcher. That's them. That's the critics over there. They're just doing a job. Let's talk to the people that are the fans. Busek says, Geralt motor a biker in the wig. Ciri always in full makeup. Why is she in full makeup when she's out there all alone? Whatever. Cheap costumes, everything's clean and shiny, low quality CGI, story and dialogues written by babbling idiots, level of CW, I believe that. Good job, Netflix. The season doesn't destroy the lore, because there isn't any here anymore. Pros, Fishburne, bad casting, good acting, but he is pro. Liam, that's Lawrence Fishburne. It is bad casting. He's supposed to be a white character, and I appreciate that. Of course Lawrence Fishburne is a good actor. Liam Hemsworth is not the main problem. Cons every minute of this abomination. Ciri and Rats deserve only to be fast-forwarded until Boneheart. This guy's pissed. Some guy gives it a 10. Way better than season 2 and 3. A lot of atmosphere. Very recommended. Don't understate the hatings. Why did they always do this? Why did they always do this? Why did they always do this? Every time. Every time when they do this. They do this every time. Guys, this show is great. I'm gonna give it a 10 out of 100. Don't listen to the haters. And then he leaves. And I'm like, who the fuck was that? Because hate is bad, exactly. TH4 says, Is this even Witcher anymore? The season is an unwatchable mess that butchers the source material down to the bone. I honestly don't know why it exists. Liam looks like a random dude in a white wig, and he plays it exactly like that. The people behind this clearly don't understand the characters or the motivations from the books. They changed them so much they're barely recognizable. This season is not even good as a background noise. Jesus. God damn. Brooker 2002 says spoilers. Do we really care about spoilers, chat? Not really. Here we go. Roll is shit. Scene is shit. The take is shit. It is balmy night. The possibly underage Siri sits at the back of the wagon. Cut a woman. A white blonde man approaches her and tries to seduce her. Cut. An African woman with ridiculous dreadlocks approaches the couple and chases the man away. Cut. Now the African woman approaches the blonde, white, blue-eyed Siri. Cut. Very slowly, like a snake, she climbs into the wagon and very slowly approaches her. Cut. Now the African woman places her hand very carefully on the blonde Siri's leg. Cut. She asks if she should stay. Cut. The possibility underage Siri is unsure she should be spend the night with the lesbian African woman with the ridiculous dreadlocks. Cut. The camera slowly pans away from the wagon. Cut. The next morning, Siri very gently covers the African woman who's sleeping on her stomach. The possibly underage Siri apparently had sex, yuck, because Siri's supposed to be 14 in this whole time period. One of the many scenes from the woke garbage, Netflix goes woke again. By the way, did you know that this African lady is supposed to be a white dude who actually... Siri. That's right. That's right. They just changed the fucking story. In the books... Siri is chased down by a big white dude. And bad things happen. But in Netflix's Siri, it's an African woman who's like, can I have your consent to lick your pussy? And then she has lesbian sex with a random African woman. The end. That is not supposed to be an African woman lesbian. It's supposed to be a white dude who... Siri. Do I need to add any more? I'm surprised she wasn't a black. You guys are fucking hilarious. Gandalf FW says, Witcher Season 4 isn't just bad storytelling, it's a socialist feminist SJW nightmare, and honestly, it's been like this since Season 1. Yes. The difference now is blatantly obvious. Yes! Cavill saw it coming. He knew the procedures were pushing this woke feminist agenda, so he got out. And what did we get instead? A weird looking... What we got was the power of one, the power of two, the power of many. That's what we fucking got. A weird looking inbred version of The Witcher. God damn. A hollow shadow of the man who actually understood the role. Ciri has been shoved into a lesbian romance with a black woman. Male mages are erased and replaced with a round table of women. Men are constantly portrayed as evil or incompetent, and every single sex scene exists purely to shove gay relationships in your face. This isn't character development, it's activism and virtue signaling on full fucking scale. Yes, there's a bearded woman obviously shoved in as a symbol of gender transition just to tick another woke box. It's all agenda, all politics, all identity theater. Nuance gone, complexity gone, subtlety obliterated. Season 4 doesn't just continue the trend, it makes it impossible to ignore. If you thought the show was about anything else, the season proves it never was. Avoid unless you want to watch your favorite characters hijacked for a preachy SJW manifesto. Bro. That guy was cooking. Here's another one. And I think these are fake accounts. Another 10. Another fucking 10. Fuck the... I'm gonna say this. I got this, guys. I got this, guys. I got this. I got this, guys. Fuck the naysayers. The Witcher 4 has surpassed this. This is such a bot account. The Witcher 4 has surpassed its predecessor. The darkened texture, the beautiful landscape shots, the we're out here talking about characters, and this motherfucker's talking about the trees. The executed fight scenes and the snappy dialogue. Can I talk about snappy dialogue for a second? That is the most lazy fucking roundabout journalistic fucking like statement ever. Every time when I hear snappy dialogue, it's by a retard. What are you talking about? What are you talking about snappy dialogue? Hey, oh man, it's a snappy dialogue. There's a giant unicorn. We're gonna leave the giant unicorn. Empress, thank you for the raid. Appreciate y'all. Chat, show some love down below. Let them know what's what. Let's continue on this lovely road of SJW nonsense. Appreciate it, Empress. Hope you're doing well. It's like, and no, chat. I probably won't see her stream. I won't be on her podcast. No boobies. No boobies. Now you have to see now you have to see my black ass. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Yep. Sorry, Paul. Yep. Let's go. The well-executed fight scenes and snappy dialogue. Let me start this all over, because you're gonna... Logan, hail, man. What's up, man? What's up? Let me start this all over, because this is obviously a botted account on the user side, because they gave it a 10 out of 100. Let me do it over again. Fuck the naysayers. The Witcher 4 has surpassed its predecessor. The darkened texture, the beautiful landscape shots, the well-educated fight scenes, and the snappy dialogue. They're all there, Liam. Thor's younger brother is an excellent Geralt as Henry was. The Anna is getting prettier and prettier every season. Who fucking a bona fide Yennefer. Damn you, Geralt. LOL. Yasker. Joey. It's still suave as ever, and a bard we don't deserve. Freya is getting there too. What does that even mean? Freya is getting there? What does that even mean? Hugs, have fun. Hugs, yeah, much fun. Good to see you all. Thank you for the raid. I much appreciate it. How y'all doing? How y'all doing? So when are you going to Blackstreet? We're gonna ignore that. Anyway, let's continue. The Witcher 4 is a step closer to becoming an epic saga. Steadfast, Netflix. Steadfast, Netflix. Steadfast. I also noticed Solomon Kane sitting side by side with the evil king. Nice to see a great actor. This is a troll account or a bot account. One of those two. I think it's a troll account. Yeah. But, God. This is how they sound. I just know it. I think so too. So, so you made Dandelion gay and now Ciri's a lesbian? Are you completely lost? What's next? Geralt bisexual? Yes. Something's clearly wrong with this world. Selena, Jade, I'm sorry. I'm sorry you had to see this. To all the people still giving Netflix money, you are the reason they keep doing this. Thanks. Damn. How hard is that to follow a book or a game? Why do you have to make something up for yourself? The reason why they make it up for themselves is because they have no plans to make a story for themselves. This is why I like to talk to chat and say, make your own story, because these loser clowns that have come into our circle have bastardized and fucking raped our own culture and made it for themselves, and they're painting it off as like they made something new. That's why. We know the author is great. We know CDPR did a great job. We don't recognize these Netflix fools who are just out for a paycheck. They are losers. It's like, by the way, did you know that Netflix has a Witcher tale that is quietly added when Witcher season 4 came off? A spin-off movie called The Rats. And this is the cast. This is the cast. This is the cast. This is the cast. A Poland folklore tale. This is the cast. This is the cast from a Poland folklore tale. Like, when I get some folklore from Africa, guess what I'm gonna get? Africans. When I get folklore from Poland, they better be all fucking white. Even fatty tubs back there can stay. What are these two niggas doing in the back? Oh, she's got the piercing on her nose. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense. Now, there are tanned colored characters that are in the Witcher books, but they're far away. They're far away from some different land. But they're not gonna recognize that shit. The two black characters that were with that one golden dragon thing in the first season, that's actually true. But in actuality, those two brown characters were actually brown. They weren't fucking black. They were like tan colored or brown or something like that. And also, those two characters that were with the golden dragon were actually attractive. Those two ugly fucking black people that looked like Deborah Wilson from any fucking video game you can recognize is not supposed to be in the Witcher series. But anyway, let's move on. This is another one. It's like I'm walking into a fucking like convention center. That's what it is. Sorry. There's a giant. You're gonna have to deal with the giant unicorn. The unicorn stays, okay? We can keep the pink unicorn, but the diverse cast has to go. Can we agree? Alright, cool. This is shit. This is shit. So okay, now we're fine. See, this is a little bit fine. That's cool. Now, you might be saying, I'm racist. No, that's part of the books. And, well, first off, this is a spin-off. But this is from Polish lore. So when you get Polish lore, you're going to get white characters. That's just how it's going to be. I don't give a fuck whether or not I sound racist. That's just how it's going to be. Okay? That's just how it is. When you make African lore, you're going to get black people. When you get, like, lore from fucking, like, Islamic lore, you're going to get, like, people that are brown skin. You're also going to probably get pregnant children. But who am I to say? But this is what they had. Just another woke. I just wanted to stop. But anyway, that's all I wanted to say about this. I'm going to watch it tonight and give it a try. I also have to do a thing with the Common Nerd and watch some good old Doctor Who. God, I'm tired. But it's good to see that a lot of people are just coming out and saying, fuck this shit. Fuck this shit straight to the moon. But anyway, that's all I wanted to say on that. Respect people's culture everywhere? Hells yeah, man. Respect it. Gotta respect it. And don't be coming up to people saying like, oh man, well, man, you're racist. That's your cop-out. Everybody knows that's a fucking cop-out. It's not working anymore. It's a fucking cop. That shit has run out years ago. That shit has run out years ago. Like the whole idea of like having, good lord, did I make you guys bigger? Did I make a mistake? I did make you guys bigger. I'm so good. How did I make you guys bigger? Listen, everybody down below is fine, but the giant, get out of here. Is that better? That's better. They're not. Please don't return. Please don't. Please don't. Fuck. I'm just gonna. I think that was Empress, the one that raided me. I think Empress is the giant unicorn. Well, fuck. I think Empress is the one that raided me, so she's the giant unicorn. You fed us your hate, it sustains us. Actually, Bobby, that's actually a funny thing that you said. Do you ever get pissed about something and then somebody else gets out pissed than you and then you feel a little bit better? You're just like, I'm mad that something is happening, and then somebody comes around and amplifies that anger, and now you're just like, I feel a little bit better now. Yeah, I think Empress is the giant fucking unicorn. That's not a proper representation of Empress. No big titties. We're just gonna throw that out. Get out of here. Every damn time turning canon into cartoonish slop. They claim every claim everybody hateful. And that's the thing though. Have you noticed with all of these SJW woke feminist slop fucking like characters go for like the same thing. You're misfits. Nobody likes you guys. You're all gay. And you're out for revenge and you're trying to start a revolution. It's always those four. It's always the same story, again and again. They don't write anything else. I'm a freaking unicorn? Hell yeah. They're only doing it to make money on people's issues. Correct. Okay, everybody's bothered about the... Listen, I can't delete the giant unicorn, okay? I don't want to get a text from Empress saying, I'd hate you, you deleted my unicorn, we're never gonna be friends again. So I have to delete everybody. Yeah, see, I can literally hit the delete button, but I'm gonna hear shit later on, and... No, we're leaving the unicorn. Yeah, we gotta leave the giant unicorn. I love the unicorn. I don't mind it. Please read what I wrote a bit earlier. What, the fact that you love your unicorn? That sounds odd. Need to put the titties on it and with red hair, blue eyes. Listen, all right. I don't want to end this stream early, Empress, okay? Because if I see that, I'm going to be like, "All right, guys, do you guys got 15 minutes?" I'm not doing that, okay? I need to stay focused. I need to stay vigilant. I have no issues with the unicorn being deleted. No worries. All right, unicorn gone. Unicorn evaporated. Evaporated. Sorry. Sorry about that. She just invited you to her channel, bro? What? What? Oh yeah, I think we're gonna do something on Wednesday regarding like superheroes. I hope I have something to say regarding superheroes, because I don't have that much information on superheroes though. Hardcore rant, giant peak unicorns. That was the rant. Rest in peace, unicorn. We'll miss you. We'll miss you. Oh yeah, Empress is great. Yeah, please, by the way, yeah, please check out Empress's channel. Let me give you guys a link to her channel. Huh? Where is it? That's odd. Let me find it. There it is.
Welcome to.
There you go. Cool. There it is. That is her channel. Check it out. Do a sub. Like her stuff. When she was ranting about fucking Superman and Witcher, when she rants, I understand her less. When she goes off on a full rant, she's just like, I have so much to say, and I'm just like, the more she talks, the less I understand, because she's bilingual. So she has a bit of an accent. And then I just stand back and I'm like, bro, she angry. She angry. All right, we're gonna talk about this with Joe. She angry. All right. Let me take. I'll put that down a little bit. There we go. All right. Last one for today, guys. Last one for today. All right. Hey everybody, this is Mr. Hardcore Mode here, where nothing is easy. Warriors and witches, how y'all doing? And God bless. We are here to talk about memes. We are here to talk about memes. We love memes. We love jokes. We love to see funny stuff coming from other people, be it videos or, you know, type of like little pictures up on Twitter and stuff like that. Stuff that makes you laugh or make you think. And the White House and the Homeland Security put down a picture called Destroy the Flood. Join ICE government, which is kind of funny because I get it. The flooding of illegals, it's a bad thing. We don't want it. We want to make sure that there are borders for our beautiful, you know, country, USA. Unless you're not from USA. Everybody has borders, and to think that other countries don't have borders makes you look like a fucking idiot. Much like Joe Vargas. Joe Vargas is part of the Angry Joe show, and I liked his content until, like, I think later on when he would be dissing me and people like you who actually like attractive characters, like good stories, like good video games, and we notice a stain on the game industry. And so when I was talking about this with Empress and her gang of misfit toys, we had an agreement on one thing where it was like you gotta read the room with your channel. You gotta read the room with your channel. Angry Joe is known for having like the American flag, like he likes, you know, guns. He's like all gung-ho for America and stuff like that. So when he comes out to become like a complete libtard online, you start to realize that a bunch of people that follow Joe Vargas are like, dude, I voted for this, which is true because 80% of people did vote for the person to do said thing. So Joe Vargas was mad about the meme of Destroy the Flood from Halo, and so he said this. Fuck ICE and fuck Trump. Get the fuck out of here. And using the Halo for your shitty, dehumanizing police state propaganda. No one thinks your shit is cool besides low IQ her manga. That's gonna bring people to on your channel, but I think it's gonna be fine. Cult members on X, and half of which are bots. I don't know how they can be bots because it doesn't fall into people's agenda, but okay. No, people voted for this. Overall, majority of people voted for this. Take care, Yatso. Have a good one. So he's like, y'all are gonna find out soon in the next election. That's 4 years later. Why are you crying about this on the first year of Trump being on office? It makes you look like a little baby back bitch. So George over here said flood sympathizer. That's fucking hilarious. And Demion over here says something stupid, saying, tell me you know nothing about Halo without telling me, Joe. Halo is a Christian game, so them using it as a conservatives makes complete sense, you moron. This is the dumbest shit I've ever fucking heard because of two things. One, when he said Master Chief's symbolism, Master Chief's name is believed to reference biblical verses like John 1:17. That believed doesn't, when you say believed, it means that it's a possibility. It's oh, it could be. Oh, it's basically just hearsay. It's basically just, what's the word I'm looking for? It's basically just a rumor or a guess, which is funny because when I mentioned that KCD2 is sort of a Christian game with Christian themes, he was upset about it, which was weird. It's like, oh my gosh, I can't believe it's a Christian game. And I'm like, what's wrong with that? And what's wrong with of course, it's Czech back in the 1500s. And then he says this out of fucking nowhere where he's like, yo, it's a Christian game. And I'm like, so it's okay for Halo to do it and not KCD2? I digress. I don't fucking care. He's a fucking idiot, and let's move on. Just look at the flood coming in, and then John Halo's just like, say please and thank you. Yeah, what's wrong with Christians? My name is Michael for a reason. My name is Matthew for a reason. Yeah. Kata says, you know good as well that the UNSC would not only do this, but do far worse. But let's just say something here real quick. I want to say something real quick. That the thing that I'm bothered with Angry Joe is the fact that he knows very well that the gaming industry is going through a sort of censorship, sort of liberalism, sort of echo chamber that's been going on, especially with Sweet Baby Inc. Every time when it's mentioned, he scoffs off and just pushes it away. But he plays Dragon Age the Veilguard and notices that Veilguard sucks. He knows that it sucks. He gave it a 1 out of 10. He knows that the game sucks. It's horrible. But you know what's funny? Is that Angry Joe didn't say anything about the non-binary scene in fucking Veilguard. He said nothing about the trans shit in fucking Veilguard. And that's when I was like, bro, why the fuck didn't you mention this shit? He didn't say a goddamn thing. But every time when we talk about like, bro, there's something's wrong with the gaming industry, he goes off and says something on one of his videos, and he's just like, man, these people on Twitter are stupid. And I'm just like, well, then fuck you then. I'm gonna just unsubscribe. Fuck this guy. Because I know that I'm fucking right. I know that you all are right. And here's another thing. He knows that it's fucked up. Anybody remember Saints Row? The newest Saints Row? He did a skit where he was talking about ass and titties, like in the old Saints Row that was raunchy. The new Saints Row was complete dog shit, SJW bullshit. Like, he recognizes that there was censorship with Saints Row. He did a whole skit about it. How he was like, why can't I say ass and titties? And then the other guy, Alex, was like, well, that's demeaning to women. And then he was just like, well, yeah. And then he just goes back and like comes at us over what we know is happening with the game industry. So you know what's going on. You know what's wrong with the gaming industry. So the only thing that you got is Trump bad, Trump bad, Trump bad. That's it. And he plays it and talks about it for likes and analytics. I don't know if he's doing it for likes and analytics. The analytics already like him because he's got like 3 million or like 4 million subscribers, but he doesn't like to be wrong. That's the type of person he is. He doesn't like to be wrong. That's the biggest thing that I've noticed. Finish the fight. But I think there was more to this. Let me see. Yeah. A lot of people are just like, just shut up. Just shut. Good Lord. A lot of people. A lot of people are just saying you got TDS, bro. Bro, everybody is saying you're being a little bitch. I don't even know what to say anymore. I don't even know what... Oh my god. It's just Halo it's just John Halo being surrounded by the flood, and they all have sombreros on. Oh my fucking god. Oh my god. So what I'm saying is this is not going to change. It'll change the amount of people that like and dislike him a little bit, but oh my god. I think he lost it here. He's getting roasted left and right. He's getting it raw. I'm sorry, dude. You're just wrong. You're just gonna. This is not even a numbers thing. This is just unequivocally. He didn't say anything about this. That's correct. He didn't say anything about this. Why didn't he say anything about this? Why do you think, chat? Why didn't he say anything about Halo putting this? Spartans work best when they stand together. We're proud to stand by the LGBTQ elemental LGBT fucking Verizon F4K shit community and colleagues who help us make Halo better every single day. Why didn't you say anything about this? Angry Joe, why did you say anything about this? Where were you for that? I'm just wondering. Bobby says because it was convenient for him not to. That too, and also he might be busy, but they've done multiple, they've done multiple fucking posts about this. So there's no way he forgot. So yes, you're absolutely correct. It was convenient for him not to. You remember back then when oh my god. When I defeat Susie Lee next year to get the Congress, I will work with the Trump administration to destroy the flood once and for all. That's the guy that fucking made the Halo music? And he agrees with Homeland Security? Joe. Angry Joe, you just lost. That's literally, Marty O'Donnell is the guy that worked on the Halo music. And he's running for Congress. And he wants to help out the Trump administration. You're done. You're done, Joe. You're done. You're donezo. But I think it's funny because back in the day, Angry Joe was the person that was always getting, like, Bethesda fucking hated his ass. Bethesda hated his ass. They did not like anything like that, because Angry Joe would always come out and ask the big questions, and nobody would want to listen to him. Nowadays, not so much. Nowadays, not so fucking much. So that's just it. That's just it. Nobody's on your side for this one. He's just gonna have to keep on crying. I thought it was ridiculous that he would say something like this. Yeah, it's not a big deal. Everyone hates Bethesda. True. Everyone hates Bethesda. I still remember the time that Bethesda was going around on Steam saying like, the game is just, Starfield is just fine. You remember that? When they tried to, you know, change the narrative? Yeah, I remember that shit. But yeah, Angry Joe, you're just gonna have to suck the shit up, okay? I'm not gonna watch your videos anymore. You're woke as shit. You're fucking hot dog water garbage. Your team knows it. Everybody knows it. I just like, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you. I will be here next time for you to say something dumb again. I'll be here. I'll be here. I'll be right here. I'll be there for you. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. But that's all I gotta say. But I still play the crap out of Bethesda games. The old ones, yeah. The old ones, yeah. Wart, Trump. Bad Trump. Everything's bad. Trump. He's like... Just met with Lord Terrence Hood and Commander Miranda Keyes from our wonderful Space Force, who introduced me to their plan to construct clusters of orbital defense platforms armed with super Mac guns across the perimeter of the Earth's outer atmosphere. Very impressive stuff. This is probably not real. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. Oh my god. Oh god. And you wanna know it's I gotta stop. Oh my god. Okay. I'm done. Okay. I'm done, guys. I know he got roasted, but not that much. This fucking timeline, true. Alright, I don't know what to... I keep on laughing at these. Yo, yeah, I don't see Angry Joe on any of these. He's just gone. He's just gone. Oh man, so adorable, yeah. They struck gold with that cursed JD face. Yeah, he wore that during Halloween. That's fucking... Please say please and thank you. Don't forget. They tried to diss JD Vance for that shit, and then he just went with it. Fucking hilarious. Oh, God. Alright. Guys, thank you so much for coming. Empress, thank you so much for the raid. I really do appreciate it. You probably guys went straight to sleep, knowing your timeline. I appreciate y'all being here. Thank you so much. God bless every single one of you, and I'll see you guys later. Take care, play some video games, take a breather, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace. Oh yeah, tonight I'm going to be doing a thing with the Common Nerd on Doctor Who. We're watching like the black and white like Doctor Who. I'll put that up on my Discord. We're gonna put that up. We're gonna watch some Doctor Who. I think we're gonna watch it on Rumble because we can't watch it on YouTube. And also, we hit our new milestone of 3,800 of you guys up on YouTube. I appreciate it. Y'all have a wonderful day, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.